From the heart of the city, straight to your radio. Honest, intimate, real. This is where love gets real and real gets deep. It's not just talk, it's the Love Talk Show. Are you ready? Then let's dive in right now.
A very good evening to all of you. My name is Peter, and once again we are here with the Love Talk Show. And today we bring a topic that is love or neediness. Andrea is my wife, and every single day she's been here with me.
Hello, Peter. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Like we usually say, it's a pleasure being here with you to discuss these topics under the light of intelligent love. If you never heard this term, intelligent love, and if it's new for you, so stay tuned because you will find out a lot in regards to love and neediness. Do you include yourself in one of these characteristics? Where are you standing at this very moment? Stay with us and you will find out more in regards to these both characteristics.
Well, we today are going to dive in the differences between love and neediness. So it's common in certain relationships or for some people to mix both and to believe that one is the other. But they are not. There are differences, and sometimes those who say, I don't have this characteristic of neediness in me, sometimes are the ones who are carrying it the most.
That are more needy, and they reveal that in their actions and reaction. Maybe you don't acknowledge that you are a needy person, maybe, but let's see.
If you know someone who is going through this or having a problem in marriage, in a relationship, and this has been a topic, a problem for them, please let them know to tune in with us and to join the Love Talk Show.
Today, we're dissecting two powerful yet very different emotional states, love and neediness. At first glance, they can look similar. A partner might say, "I need you so much," and it sounds romantic. But there is a crucial difference between a healthy dependence on a partner and an overwhelming, insecure neediness that suffocates the relationship. Understanding this difference is key to building a healthy, lasting partnership. Love is about a feeling of security and freedom. It's calm, confident, and liberating. Neediness, on the other hand, is restless, insecure, and ultimately suffocating. Love says, "I choose to be with you because you enhance my life." Neediness says, "I need you to complete me because without you, I'm nothing." Imagine two scenarios. Scenario 1, love. A couple enjoys spending time together, but they also appreciate their individual time alone. When they are physically separate, they feel secure and connected, keeping in touch through text or calls, but they thrive in their personal lives. When they reunite, their individual experiences enrich the experience. There is a healthy balance. Scenario 2, neediness. The partner cannot bear being alone. They need constant attention, validation, and care from their spouse. They get upset when their partner goes out with friends and doesn't constantly text them. The receiving partner begins to feel drained, exhausted, and suffocated by the relentless demands of emotional support. This isn't a partnership. It's an emotional drain in which one person is constantly giving while the other one is always taking. This imbalance is a significant factor in relationship breakdowns. The intense pressure placed on the receiving partner can become overwhelming. According to a 2017 study by the University of Alberta, relationships characterized by this kind of anxious and needy attachment were more likely to fail because the constant need of validation becomes exhausting for the more secure partner. A 2021 survey survey cited by the website divorce.com found that a lack of emotional support or constant neediness was a significant factor in a percentage of divorces. As partners struggle to maintain their own identity while fulfilling their spouse's endless demands. While it is natural to need your partner for emotional support, there's a vital balance to strike. So where do you stand? Are you a needy partner who feels you can't be without the other person? Or are you the partner who feels worn out and suffocated by the constant neediness of your spouse? How can you overcome this need for continuous validation or set boundaries with someone who is constantly needing you? We'll explore how to identify these patterns and seek help in building a healthy relationship. Stay tuned.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And in every relationship, there's something that we call love, that is the fuel that gives life to this relationship. This love is supporting the couple. This love is giving the strength and the ability to understand each other. And this is how they are going to go together until the end. But how to define and to, understand where there's neediness or where there's love? Because if you think a person who is convincing himself or herself that the only thing they want is to be close to their partners, is to be with them all the time. So we want to ask, is this love or is this neediness? A person that all the time is asking, do you love me? Do you care for me? Please tell me, is this love or is this neediness?
Well, it gives us something to think about and to talk about also, although we are not going to disclose everything now. But I was even thinking in regards to this topic, for example, a baby. A baby needs a mother and a father, someone to look after them. While we are babies, we all need that, because we can't feed ourselves, we can't change our diapers by ourselves. So there's a moment in time in everyone's life that we are needy. We are needy for attention, for care. But once we grow up, is it healthy being a needy person? That's the question here today.
Yeah, when you see that, there's a question here, several questions that we can ask. When you find security, is neediness that provides this security, or it's love that is providing it? When we talk about trust comes out of neediness, or trust is coming out of love? We all know that we have boundaries in relationship, not boundaries in the sense of you are one and I am the other, but
privacy boundaries.
Yeah, privacy, but there are boundaries in a way of talking, in what you do, the way that you are going to do, because respect needs to be there. So where do we see, neediness, or where do we see, or we can find love? If there is tension is coming from love, or tension is coming from neediness. The tension that sometimes is on the air, that pressure that comes, and not the pressure. I'm not talking about the pressure of life, when, for example, there are bills that we need to pay, or when something needs to be done. We are talking about relationship.
And that's very important, because here we can really establish a boundary, and boundaries bring limits, and limits is balance, so they are healthy. It's very important to talk about this. We are a couple, like we always say, we are one. We became one once we got married. But of course, we are individuals and we need to respect each other. Like I said, boundaries also mean respects, and not the type of boundaries, we repeat it, privacy boundaries, because that shouldn't exist in a marriage, but the boundaries of respect. And when I'm a needy person, I'm not respecting the privacy, or not the privacy, I'm sorry, the boundaries or the limits of the other person. Because if I'm too needy, I'm always asking and not giving. But we will disclose more. Stay tuned. My husband is looking at me like, don't say everything now. Don't say everything now. Please stay tuned. We are going to talk about it, and we are going to talk about it in details.
Okay, let's now listen to what people are saying out there with our reporter.
Straight from the people, straight to you. The word on the street.
In your opinion, does neediness affect relationships? In what ways?
Yes, but I mean it depends, because some people like neediness and like the constant need for like your reassurance and affection. I personally, that's what I like. I know some people here, so it kind of just depends on the person and whether those two people are meant to be able to deal with that. I feel like someone being needy can make you feel like in a way that like they want to be there, they want to be with you so much that they kind of don't trust, because like they don't trust you to be alone or go do this and go do that without them being there, which isn't always a bad thing. It just depends if, like, because some people like being with their partner 24/7. I would personally like that, but I know some people need time away from each other. I feel like neediness can, at the beginning, just seem like you're love bombing someone. Even if that's just how you are as a person, it can just seem like, I don't know, you're just trying to kind of trap them and just make them see the best side of you and kind of be addicted to you. But that could just be how you are as a person. So it can be seen as love, but it can be seen as annoying and controlling. Like the last person I was with, like I couldn't go anywhere without them constantly calling me like, what are you doing? Oh, you're definitely cheating on me. Oh, you're definitely doing this, you're definitely doing that. And yeah, it's just long. You have to be able to trust the person you're with. Like you don't trust them to go to a club and to be loyal, then you shouldn't be with that person in the first place.
Well, if you're too needy, that's not very good. I don't know if I would be able to stand someone that is too needy. And I guess also, no, maybe no, maybe for a man it's different. Maybe in men like a woman that is needy. I happen to me that there's someone that is that wants too much of attention, or wants too much of your time, and kind of excludes you from the rest of the people, because it thinks that in a relationship it's just two of you and there's no one else, which it's not fair. I guess it's like everything in life. If you can compromise and balance, that is going to help you. But if you're like if you're too needy, and then you might just push people away from you, because then you realize that it's not love, it's just selfishness. But I guess if you would know how to discuss it and approach the topic, you're going to be okay. But in a way, if we all let go, there would be no relationship. In the end, being in a relationship is being able to compromise. I think one of the reasons why lots of couples split up so quickly now is because we're not so willing to compromise. It's good to have some strict, for example, when I met my partner, I said I will never give up my work, and I think he said I would never give up my hobby. But then you kind of, towards the time, and if your situation changes, you have to compromise a little bit. Otherwise, it's just being selfish. And I know lots of people that decide not to be in a relationship because they don't want to compromise.
You mistake neediness for love all the time, I think. It has happened to me in the past, yes. We had to separate because I couldn't do it anymore. Because you realize you made a mistake and you wasted so many years thinking that things are going to change or things are going to get better, or you're going to become equal in your relationship, and it doesn't happen. So in the end you have to make a decision whether you spend the rest of your life in this situation, or you make a choice and you leave. No, that's what I did.
I think there's a basic human need for a relationship. Neediness is a different thing, I think. It's a different description. And that can be threatening to some people. That could put pressure on people to behave in certain ways that they probably wouldn't do otherwise. You know, it could be also it's a controlling way as well. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. It shows there was like a disparity in power in the couple, you see. And that's how you're successful if both people have equal kind of engagement in the partnership, and they both have reasonably similar kind of expectations. But if one person is constantly demanding something, whether it's attention or something else, that's going to tend not to last very long, I would have thought. It's nice to be wanted, but the other partner being needy is a different thing. I think it kind of depends on your relationship as well. People find it hard to demonstrate love sometimes. They do it in different ways. People can be generous, or they can be touchy, or they can agree all the time. I mean, there's a number of different ways. But for you to identify, I think, is up to the individual, because people have different tolerances of neediness in their partner.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And when we talk about love and neediness, you see, even people, when they are sharing with us their opinion, they, in a way, they are sharing what they think. It's it's extremely close there in some moments of life, in some specific situations where you are facing at the moment, that you have to think well and better if this is a part of neediness or if it is love. But the truth is, one has nothing to do with the other, because basically whoever loves is willing to give, and whoever is needy, it's only willing to receive. They have always the need of receiving something. And starting from this beginning, starting from this point, you can already understand the snow effect that can have in certain things that are happening in life when neediness comes up. And when we are talking, let's go to a famous one. Sometimes there are people who say, "Do you love me?" And there's nothing wrong if your spouse or your partner comes to you once in a while and asks if you love him or you love her. But we also know there are people, they need to have this affirmation several times a day. They are always asking, and no matter how many times the partner says or the spouse says, "Yes, I do love you," it seems the person is not satisfied with what is going on and what they are listening. Even if they see, sometimes in life, they see that the other person is taking care of them, is always there for them. They have no reason to be suspicious towards to their partner, but they are so needy that they even start creating situations where their partners are involved with something or with someone else, and they start bringing up situations that are not real, that the way they are needy, let's say it, is emotionally coming up and controlling them and makes them to create a scenario. Because in that way, Andrea, sometimes at the back of their mind, they will have a bigger affirmation of how much they love them. So this is when the parties go, "Are you crazy? I have no one. You are the only one in my life." And all of this is only feeding an emotion that, as someone said there, can turn into a kind of addiction.
And as you were mentioning, the motivations behind love and neediness, it's very interesting because neediness comes from scarcity. You seek someone to complete you or fix insecurities. And love comes from abundance because you want to share joy, to share support. And you don't want that person close to you or an affirmation because you have a void within yourself and you are trying to fill in that void with another person, with the love that supposedly that person has in regards to you. And I was also thinking about something. When someone reacts in this way, this manner, by insecurity or by neediness, for example, let's imagine a scenario here. We had a misunderstanding and we are not on the same page, and for some reason the person says, I will leave you, I will go, I will get out of this house. And the needy person reacts this manner. Stay here because I need you. I can't live without you. Please don't leave me by myself. So this is the reaction of a needy person. The whole world of that person is the other being, is the other individual. So they don't complete each other. So that person that is needy, it's like I make you my world.
So it means that it's only one working for the couple to become one, because the other one has the need always of having this affirmation. No, we are one. We are one. This person is not working for the couple to become one. This person is always in need of the spouse or the partner to work on this affirmation. We are one. We are one. But the person by itself, the needy one, does nothing in order for them to become one. Nothing more than demanding this excess of attention, this excess of, praise and declarations of love and being there. The needy one, Andrea, it's very difficult for them to be alone. Being alone, having a different workplace, having to do something in different places. For the one that is suffering with neediness, it's a torment for them. They have to go to their phone, they have to call, they have to control, they have to know where the partner is, they have to have this affirmation of he's thinking on me or she's thinking on me, why hasn't he sent me a message? And sometimes these go over to the extreme of the person controlling how many messages the partner or the spouse is sending to them.
It's almost like stalking. I'm stalking the person to know where the person is, like you were saying, if he's thinking or she's thinking about me or not, because this needy person needs the constant reassurance and also this over-controlling or clingy, you say the clingy behavior. And I was even thinking, Peter, because he was saying that we need the other person to make us happy. It's the thing of, as we were talking before, the one that is needy is all the time seeking for receiving. And the one that is there to share love is always giving and not thinking all the time in receiving. When I met my husband, I felt already completed. So I didn't have any problems of being alone. And I didn't want someone just because I needed someone and I was feeling lonely. I wanted to be part of someone's world. I didn't want to make my husband my world, my planet. No, I wanted to be part of someone's life. I wanted to give what I had. And I believe he was thinking the same way, because when we got together, it made us even better as individuals and then as a couple.
And yes, it's true. And when we are, or when someone is this needy person, they tend to overreact with many things. Small disagreements, misunderstandings, not answering the phone immediately, not coming 5 minutes later home, parking the car in a different way or in a different spot, coming from a different road than usual. Anything, a phone call, anything that can happen can create plenty of arguments and confusion, and they portray this as a sign of rejection. You are ignoring me. You are giving more attention to this than the other. So please try to understand me. The root of this neediness is extremely strong and goes beyond of just talking about it. Once you identify that you may have something that we were talking here, and you are familiar with it, or you live with someone that is going through it, and you have been a victim of this, all of this, and no matter how much you do, this person is demanding more and more and more of you. Obviously, there are things that can be done in order to help a person to exercise their faith and to get rid of these roots that are feeding this neediness. But we are going to talk more about this more at the end of the program. Let's listen now this song, and then we are coming back for the segment Dear Love Talk Show.
Stop, take a breath. It'll be alright. Just me, no more or less, is all that you require. I trust that you know the way that we'll go. If you're leading, then I'll follow. I get overwhelmed sometimes, but every time your love reminds me that you're never hard to find. You're in every moment waiting, even when I start to strive. Living in your love is easy. I get overwhelmed sometimes. Stop, take a breath. It'll be alright. Just me, no more or less, is all that you require. I trust that you know the way that we'll go. If you're leading, then I'll follow. I get overwhelmed sometimes, but every time you love reminds me that you're never hard to find. You're in every moment waiting, even when I start to strive. Living in your love is easy. I get overwhelmed sometimes. I need you to slow me down and tell me not to worry. I know that here and now it's just a moment in the story. This weight that I'm feeling may be all consuming, but you are working all things together for good. I need you to slow
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio. Real stories, real dilemmas, real solutions. Only on the Dear Love Talk Show.
What are the right questions to ask during the talking stage?
And we have a listener that sent us this question, knowing what are the right questions to ask during the talking stage. Andrea.
So, the right question, well, to start with, we won't ask how much do you have in your bank account. I don't think we should start with that one. But of course, basic questions in the sense of when...
I really like this one.
When, for example, you get to know, you're starting a friendship, you're just communicating with someone for the first time. Oh, so where are you from? For example, basic questions. How old are you? The starting, how old are you? Where's your family from? So what are your interests, your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time? Of course, after this introduction, because this is just an introduction, the basic questions, but afterwards...
During the taking stage also, do you have children?
Do you have children? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the introduction stage should be, what's your name?
Mm-hmm.
So can I ask your age, please? And we usually say that we don't ask the age of a lady. But if you are interested in getting to know someone, you need to know their age. I don't think that will be wrong. But of course, we have the pillars. And it has to do with what we have been talking here, not religion. Oh, which religion do you profess, or in what do you believe in? But it's very important for you to get to know the basics, and this is a basic also. And in terms of family interests, well, I believe we explore a little bit of everything. So if you are starting to get to know someone, you should have your own set of questions that you really want to know about the person. But I believe these are the basics.
And obviously, as long as you are knowing each other better, one question will bring the other. And obviously always in between the boundaries of respect and respecting the other's privacy, because you are just knowing who this person is. But the person also will open the door for further questions, and obviously, as any couple, the conversation will flow naturally, and you will know better each other. For any questions, you can email us to love@uckg.org.
Looking at the landscape of this broken life, triage to decipher if anything survived. The blast had quite an impact, a radius for miles, from the southern coast of Florida to the hills of Carolina, and everything has changed. So when you're just a kid, words can take a toll, and a word unfitly spoken can steal an apple's gold. Stranded in the fallout, wounded and alone, this is an emergency. Is anybody home? And everything has changed. Is this what growing up's supposed to look like? Thought I'd be learning how to love, instead I've only learned to fight. And I was only trying to walk beside you, I guess I just got in the way. And sometimes all you need is the medicine of time to lead you to the gold beneath the wreckage of your mind. 'Cause I was not your failure, and you were never mine, and we were made to see through much more sympathetic eyes. Everything Is this what growing up's supposed to look like? Thought I'd be learning how to love, instead I've only learned to fight. But I was only trying to walk beside you. I guess my pride got in the way. But if I ever caused you pain, could I be the first to say that I'm I won't give up on you if you don't want me to. I won't give up on you, but you expect me to. I can't give up on you, even if you want me to. I won't give up on you. I don't know what I do, but everything has changed.
For as far as I remember, my household was very divided. I would separate myself from my siblings and lock myself in my room to just be alone, simply because I would, feel envious because of the relationship they had with my mum. On top of that, I was constantly, having arguments with my mum, a lot of fights within the household. We just never got along, and it was pretty much tough within the household. I would prefer to be outside with my friends rather than being in the house. So I would find any reason to leave the house. At the age of 11, I was sexually abused, and this filled up a lot of anger within me, especially towards my mum, because in my mind, I thought to myself, why wouldn't she notice that there was something wrong with me? Why wouldn't she stop what was happening? Because I was her child. So of course you would want your mom to be there for you to be able to, open up to your mom. And I never had that chance with her because of all the arguments. It was that constant fighting at home. So I never felt like I could open up to her as well. So there was that barrier. As time went by, the anger, the grudges, just the pain inside of me just grew as I grew. So by the time I reached 18, I met new friends and got involved with them in terms of, smoking weed, drinking, going clubbing. And I only did that because I just wanted to forget about the pain that I was going through. I wanted to put it all to rest. I'll be that friend that you could, sort of confide in and talk to. And I would advise my friends, but I was the one going through sometimes even worse situations that more than they were going through. I would make sure that I would, drink and dress a certain way to provoke attention from men. And I would feed on that. If it happened, then it will make me really happy. I would constantly talk about it with my friends and I'll go on and on about it because that's all I craved for. Something else that I really relied on was, smoking weed. And with it, I found that it would soothe me. It would, put me in this state of mind that I wouldn't have to, think about my problems. I wouldn't have to worry about everything that I was going through. The way I viewed myself was very low. I never saw myself as someone of any worth. I never thought I was beautiful. I would constantly compare myself to other people, and I would look for that approval from friends or family members. In terms of relationships, as much as I craved that attention from boys, I never really thought that it would happen for me. I would see, my friends getting into relationships and boys giving them like compliments, and I would crave that. But for me, if I didn't really see it happening for myself, I didn't really see a man really, wanting me and wanting to have a relationship with me. I found out about the Universal Church through a friend that invited me. And when I came, there was a testimony that was being shared. I thought to myself, how can someone be so confident to, speak about their lives to a group of people? We had been through similar things in life. And that's what really captivated me. That's what really, caught my attention. And I stayed. And that's where my journey with God started. I began to attend the services. I had to, put into practice what I was learning. I started using my faith in all areas of my life. Within my family, I asked for forgiveness for those that I had to ask for forgiveness for. I started working on myself, so my heart, how do I overcome like the grudges that I had within me? I, started seeing a lot of progress within my life. Things were changing, my mindset was changing. The way that I viewed, people around me changed. With that being said, I realized that as much as I was changing, as much as I was improving, there was much more. And that's when I started focusing on the Holy Spirit, to know God and, have Him living inside of me. The reason why I needed the Holy Spirit is because I knew the type of person that I was before. I knew the hurt that I had on the inside. I knew my true self was dirty. And, the Holy Spirit makes everything new. He transforms. The day I received the Holy Spirit was a Sunday. I remember approaching the altar, seeking for the Holy Spirit. I spoke to God and I told Him that this was me. He had my entire life in His hands and He could do as He wished. So I surrendered absolutely everything, and that's when I received the Holy Spirit. Today, my life is completely transformed. I was able to ask my mum for forgiveness. I was able to forgive the person that abused me. I feel secure within myself and, I value myself. I have a better relationship with my family. We literally get along and spend a lot of time together. I'm married now to a man of God. Myself and my husband save souls, and the mission is to find those that have been through similar situations as myself, to show them that there's a way out, to show them that the Holy Spirit is able to make everything new.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
I'm a big, I would say a big fan of listening real stories, because more than being inspiring and helping us to understand that sometimes there's another option, there's another way, there's another door to be knocked at, and to find something that we couldn't find until that moment. These people are real people, and these are not actors. These stories are for real, and they are true, and they inspire us and show us that it's possible when we are facing some problems or some difficulties to overcome. And Audrey was sharing with us the way that she could overcome some of her sufferings, problems, anguishes, and sometimes when everything seemed hopeless and not finding a way, a different perspective came. She was part of this, what we call faith, and she was able to see what track, what path she could go through, in order to overcome in life. And because we were talking, Andrea, at the beginning of the program about love and neediness, sometimes this neediness has a real deep root, and the person doesn't understand where this is coming from. Sometimes, and who knows if the person that is listening to us at this moment is not that one that already lost a few relationships, things were not going well, and repeatedly people are complaining about the way that she or he is demanding of others, the attention that this person is demanding, how much she is in need or he is in need of receiving a kind of praise or a kind of declaring love or showing this love through words to actions. And this feeling that sometimes is within people doesn't make them monsters and doesn't make them the wrong person, but proves that there is a root that needs to be uprooted in a way that this won't compromise or jeopardize the future relationship.
And you were talking about roots because that's the topic that we have been talking in our love therapy seminars weekly. And the root of neediness, it's very important for us to identify it because it often stems from fear of abandonment or low self-esteem. And if you are that type of person that, no, I really want to identify if I'm a needy person or if I love that person and I don't want to lose the person. So we were talking about stay here because I need you and I can't live without you. That's for sure. That's neediness, and you have to uproot something that is within you, this insecurity, whatever it might be. And the other side of the coin that I ended up not talking about, when you love the person and you disagreed, something happened, you say, please stay, let's work this out together. And that's very important.
Well, so this doesn't make the needy person an evil person or a bad person. It's quite the opposite. The desire of being happy, the desire of doing the right thing and to love and feel loved is there so much that sometimes the person is revealing it in a way that can be unbalanced and trying to manipulate or control others, and the person doesn't know that feelings are doing this. Well, we want to help you as Audrey was helped. That's why on Thursdays we have the love therapy, where people are receiving guidance, and the love therapy has a seminar that starts 8 p.m., which I advise you to take part of, where Bishop is talking about exactly the roots for you to be able to overcome this. Sometimes by our own strength, we are not capable of. Sometimes we need to go to God. We need to use our faith. And this is the way that we can uproot the problem and help us from within. Well, if you want, you are our guest. We'll be in 232 Seven Sisters Road, London, N43NX. And if you want, you can go online, uckg.org. May God bless you all. We are coming back tomorrow at 10 p.m. for one more Love Talk show.
It was a pleasure. Bye-bye.
You attend the love therapy seminars. We are wondering, what were your first impressions of the love therapy?
My first impressions, it wasn't good in the beginning because I thought coming to love therapy was for people that they wanted to find someone, and the mere fact of me coming out of my shell and, be there looking for someone or someone looking for me was kind of like, oh, I don't really want to do this at the moment. But eventually when I did start to come, I thought, no, this is actually not about myself. It's about finding love with God first. And as a result of my faithfulness with God, then the right person will come, and I will also be the right person for someone else.
Before attending the love therapy, did you go through any experiences or traumas that impacted the way that you see love life or relationships? And how did you deal with that by coming to the love therapy?
I never really had a relationship before, So for me, love therapy wasn't really for me at the beginning. I didn't really think that it would work, for me. So I didn't think that like me attending the seminar would help me in my love life, because it was something that I didn't want to pursue because of the things I used to see in the past. My family, my brother's relationships, my friends as well, seeing them having multiple relationships and going through breakups and disappointment through their relationship, which was something that I didn't want to go in my relationship. So I decided to pursue and work on myself and not look for love, because I knew that I was gonna, it was going to go wrong. So I decided to focus on myself, and I've kind of gave up on love life because I didn't really find anyone who was suitable for me. So after some time, I decided to attend love therapy, and I was like, wow, this actually works. But the things that I would hear, I'll normally tell my parents, because that would be things that I would see, things that they needed. So I would tell them everything that I learned in love therapy. And then I was like, this is kind of interesting. So I really want to work. I really want to start working this on me. So this is when God started speaking to me. He showed things that I needed to work on myself, my pride, the way I used to see women and relationship, the way that I wanted things in my own way. So even those things I learned to surrender and place it in God's hands. And that's when the trust came, and I now saw in myself a different person who actually needed to change. And God started working, and I decided to put my relationship in God's hand, and God blessed me with a beautiful person.
Are you the beautiful person?
I guess so, yes.
So by attending the love therapy, what is something significant that you've learned? What's a lesson that has stood out to you that you now live by in your day-to-day life?
To always work on yourself. It's no point you trying to find the right person when you are not the right person. So when you become when you become faithful first to God and you transform yourself, you become you have God's character, and you start to, be born of God, then the person that eventually God will bring to you, which will be the right person for you because you are the right person, you'll be able to take care of that person, not putting them above God, no, but more of a thing of you're taking care of them because you know what true love means, because love it comes from God. Anyone could say, yes, I love you, I can do anything for you, but you don't really know what love means until you experience the love of God. And once you have that, then you're able to pass it on to someone else and even to everyone around you.
What would you say is the most significant change that you've seen within yourself by attending the love therapy?
Patience and trust.
Trust
and love.
Very nice. And finally, what would you say your relationship is like today as a result of attending the love therapy?
Very blessed. Very, very blessed. As a result of me coming to love therapy, even before my relationship, I have learnt for myself. And because of that, I'm able to now put into practice rather than, okay, things now go wrong in a relationship and then I'm having to mend things. But it's like putting things already in place before it actually happened.
And for you, what would you say your relationship is like today as a result of the love therapy?
For me, is literally based on giving. Since I learned that, giving is the most important thing, and not really thinking about myself, but how I'm going to be able to give to that person in order to make her happy, because I'm already happy, so I just want to contribute to her happiness.
Want to experience the love therapy for yourself? Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. at 232 Seven Sisters Road, Finsbury Park. You'll be inspired.
You are in the midst of a struggle, all by yourself. You feel lost with no one to speak to. You smile on the outside, but inside, you're crying out for help. You see people around you, yet deep down, you feel completely alone. But you don't have to face this battle by yourself. Whenever things get tough, whenever the weight feels too heavy to carry, when the silence is deafening, know that someone is here for you. The Universal Church 24-hour helpline is open every day, every night, whenever you need. On the other side of the line, there is always a caring voice ready to listen. No judgment, no criticism, just understanding, comfort, and support. Don't give up. Don't keep it all inside. If you ever feel like there's nowhere to turn, remember, you can always call us. Call 020 7686 6000 at any time of the day or night. Or, if you prefer, send us a WhatsApp message on 020 7686 6010. The Universal Church, here for you 24 hours a day.
That's a wrap on today's Love Talk show, where every conversation brings you closer to intelligent love. We'll be back soon with more love, more truth, and more talk. Until next time, keep practicing intelligent love.